Hi everybody, this is your Path Chat weekend update covering FX. Looking a little bit forward to the week ahead. It is Sunday, March 19th, 2017. I'm going to start by going over some of the events, some of the critical events for the week. And then I'll turn it over to Mike to give you kind of a bigger picture price action view. So Sunday, March 19th, which will be this afternoon, the only thing of note that we really have is at about 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. We've got the sterling right move house prices index, and that is a year-over-year number. Won't be hugely market moving for anything but the sterling. Monday, March 20th. Keep in mind, if you are specific to the Mexican peso or the Japanese yen, there are holidays in both countries. Mexico is celebrating Benito Juarez's birthday. That's the day they recognize it. It is Monday, March 20th. It is a national holiday, so the peso could be illiquid. Japan has Vernal Equinox Day. That is also a national holiday, so the banks will be closed. So dollar yen may be a little bit illiquid, and the Tokyo session definitely will be illiquid. In terms of economic news, Monday, March 20th, 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. The only thing of note is the Reserve Bank of Australia's March rate meeting minutes. Could be a little bit of interest there, but since they didn't make any changes, probably not that market moving. Tuesday, March 21st, we get a little bit more data heavy. We've got the Swiss trade balance for February. We've got consumer price index in the UK. So we've got the February year-over-year number expected to be up 2.1%, and then the core consumer price year-over-year expected to be up 1.7%. Then we've got some secondary things coming out of the UK as well, like central government credit, public sector net borrowing, etc. Canada, we've got Canadian retail sales for January expected to be up 1.3%. That's versus a last of down 0.5%. And then we've got Japanese merchandise trade balance and all industry activity index. Those are both month-over-month numbers. Merchandise trade balance is expected to be 807.2 billion yen. All activities industrial index supposed to be unchanged. Wednesday, March 22nd, we start to get to some U.S. data at about 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. We've got the month-over-month housing price index number in the U.S., and we've got existing home sales for February. Housing price index is for January. It's supposed to be up 0.4%, and existing home sales is supposed to fall from 5.69 million last to 5.56 million in February. Then we've got the crude oil inventories, always at 9:30 Central Time, and New Zealand, Bank of New Zealand rate decision, and that'll come out at about 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Moving on to Thursday, German consumer confidence supposed to come out unchanged at a flat number of 10. UK retail sales year over year is supposed to increase 3.2%. That's from a last of 2.6%. Retail sales ex auto is supposed to come out at 2.6% on the increase. That is from an increase last of 1.5%. Then at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, we've got Janet Yellen speaking at a community development conference. So you know she will be asked about rates, so that'll matter. Pretty early again, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. And then as usual, 7:30 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, U.S. initial jobless claims and continuing claims. Initial claims supposed to come out basically unchanged at about 240,000. Last was 241,000. And that's it of importance for Thursday. Friday. French gross domestic product obviously will affect the euro. Forecast at up 1.2% versus a last of up 1.2%. Matters because the French election is coming up, and the French election is definitely in focus. So if that number were to come out with a downside surprise, it would be pretty good for the populist candidate who's not leading. She's second in the polls right now. Germany's services PMI coming out, expected to be at 54.5, last of 54.4. Remember, above 50 is growth. Composite PMI is supposed to come out at 56. Eurozone manufacturing PMI, 55.3 expectation versus 55.4 last, so a slight fall. Services PMI in the Eurozone, 55.3 versus 55.5 last. And then the composite, 55.8 versus 56, so they're all supposed to fall. We've got Canadian Consumer Price Index, month over month, is supposed to come out at 0.2 versus 0.9 last. And the year over year is supposed to come out unchanged at 2.1. Remember, Canada's central bank talking about their inflation being transitory as if it was not going to last. We've also got U.S. durable goods expected to come out up 1.2% versus a last of 2%. And then ex-transportation durable goods supposed to come out 0.7 versus 0.0. This week's Baker Hughes rig counts number will be important. The last rig count number was a double-digit increase that we had on Friday. So that's now 10 weeks in a row of increases, and the last one was actually large. So if they start to get to consecutive double-digit increases in rig counts, that could affect crude prices to the downside quite significantly. I'm going to turn it over to Mike and let you know what he's seeing on the charts.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Bob. Euro, US dollar. You've seen we've been rallying back off the lows from the beginning of March. Pulled back a bit on Friday. What we're going to be watching for this coming Sunday and Monday. We retested a key defining point. We do not have a redraw. So that's going to be a really big area right around this 107.04 to 107.10 area is pretty decent support. Breaking through that, we have a rising 8 exponential moving average, which is coming in with the trend line again. That will be the next area of support to the downside. And then finally, we have about 106.67, another key area, slightly below that 106.61. And we keep in mind, we do have the rising rotation zone in the euro's favor for continued up moves in the longer term. If it does rally Sunday and Monday, watching first for 107.67, followed by 107.82, followed by 107.88, which is end of a full clear path move, a significant level, and a GAN level. Above there, 108.17 is key, and then 108.29. Just to put things in perspective, here's still the weekly chart. So we're still in this range from the beginning of the year, really since last November when we sold down this range. We're still in this tight range. We'd really have to get back above this weekly high set back at January 29th, the week of January 29th, which has a high of 108.29 before we can really get out of this range we've been in. Just wanted to put that in perspective, which we'll tend to do on these weekend updates. Pound US dollar. Pretty significant up move. If we continue higher, retest of Friday's highs in the GAN level 124.07. The next area is 124.36, where we have an end of a clear path move and a GAN level. The next major level higher is 124.82. If we pull back, watch for support around the trend line and 123.46, followed by 123.32. If we break below there, next major level 122.99, also where we have the 21 and the rising 8 is going to come in and converge in that area, so that's going to be really significant support. If for some reason that's broken through, then we have another GAN cluster right around 122.58. Yen. If we continue lower on Sunday and Monday, watch for 112.10, followed by major support right around this 111.65 level, significant level, lots of key lows, and a GAN cluster down there. On a rally, watch for 112.93, followed by GAN cluster at 113.29 to 30, followed by 113.66, also where we have the moving averages rolling over. If it does get above there, next major level is 114.03. Swiss came off the flattening 200-day moving average, rallied straight into a GAN level 99.81. On a continued rally higher, you can watch for a retest of the 10008 level. Then the next major cluster is 10042 to 45. Then slightly above there, we have the moving averages 10059 and a declining trend line. If we sell back down, watch for key support right around the 99.46 to 99.53 level, retest of the 200, and then we have the 99.13 to 99.21 level right in here, which could be significant support. Aussie US dollar, sort of consolidating after this huge up move. If we pull back, watch for key levels at 76.74 to 76.69, then 76.62. Falling through those levels where you have these two bottoms, not a double bottom, but just two bottoms, we could fall back to 76.34 where we come with the rising 8. Next level below that's about 76.17, then not anything until about 76.05. On a rally up, first watch for major resistance right around 77.22. If we get through that, next level is higher, 77.40, and then above that, we're looking at GAN projections around 77.76. CAD came back down, almost retested a significant level, rising trend line redraw. So there's going to be some support in here, which is right around the 132.97, followed by the 132.83, followed by the flattening but slightly rising 50, which comes in around 132.76. Below that, we have 132.52. On a continued rally Sunday and Monday, watch for 133.65 to 69 area, and then followed by the 133.93. We had a very strong move up. Next major level is 134.10. Just to put this one in perspective also, we're still in this flag pattern. Okay, and we have yet to break through these key levels, so the flag is still intact. Just keep in mind, it's been in this range for quite some time now. So even though we've seen some big moves, we're still in this larger flag. Finally, Mexican peso moved down again, going to retest this key significant area level around 1902.77. If we get below that, there's not another key level until we get down to the 1864.34 to 1867.43 level, all the way down here. If we turn around and rally, watch for some minor resistance at 1912.82, followed by 1938.83, where we have a significant level, and we have now a declining 8 coming in. That's all we have for you. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Bob.
Thanks, Mike. Could be an active week, especially after Yellen speaks in the middle of the week. So keep in mind that the moves that we saw post-Fed didn't seem to have much follow-through. It seemed a little bit like a hangover, so we'll see what happens when the markets open this afternoon. If you like what we're doing, click like and subscribe, and we will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.